General nerdery.
All right, starting this episode with a story that has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with what we will be talking about today.
So you and Daniel Craig were
Me and Daniel Craig were hanging out, and now we're going to talk about not Wake Up Dead Man. But okay, so in the super nerd that I am kind of combining again, because I started collecting luchador masks, I started wearing them at Belagarth, my foam fighting thing that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because I'm a purist, I got makeup to put underneath. I talked about it in an old General Nerdery News episode that for you guys was a few weeks ago and for us was 20 minutes ago, where I tried to clean it off and got peppermint soap in my eyes. It looks really cool because you've got like the black eye makeup on underneath the Rey Mysterio mask and stuff.
Yeah, and then you take it off and you look like Battens.
I look like a fucking bank robber is what I look like, especially because, my head gets cold. I'm bald as shit and my beanie is black. And I put it on and it's a black beanie and like black face paint. I definitely had a cop follow me for like 4.5 miles on the way home yesterday being like, is this man trouble?
Is
Like,
Yes, he is.
And
not
I'm
for
like-
the reasons you think.
and I am like, because there's on the way home, there's this like old there's the main highway and then there's like an old 2-lane highway that's like 45 miles an hour that I like to take every once in a while when I'm not in a rush because it's nice and relaxing and pretty and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes through like school zone and stuff. And like, definitely this guy was like, it slows down to 15 miles an hour from 45 in like 2 blocks. He better fucking slow down right there. And like, I was just like eyes on the speedometer. the
And
whole-
15. Perfect.
Fuck you.
I am going the speed limit. I'm not going
Exactly.
under. I'm not going over. We are not fucking around here, Mr. Policeman.
Because I'm wearing
Not when I'm transporting this much meth.
to make it fucking worse, I got there is, just to make it even fucking weirder, there is what's actually like a Raven Festival clothing website that I've been buying like clothes from because
Mhm.
a lot of it's got like lightning bolts, but they had on sale a shirt that's like green and sparkly and has a hood that looks like the fucking piranha plant from Mario.
Nice.
So I am head of a bank robber, body of a Mario villain. I'm like, please don't arrest me like this.
Not like this.
I'm not built for the slammer.
Or you're really
It
built
wouldn't
for the
be the
slammer.
first time I was arrested in garb either. So welcome to General Nerdery, your podcast about liking things. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Steven.
And so we're not going to bring any of that. I mean, it'll probably come up again because I said we're not going to. But we're here to talk about Wake Up Dead Man, the 3rd Knives Out movie. Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Yeah, still hate the Knives Out mystery thing. It's a Benoit Blanc mystery.
Yes, but I understand. But
I
yes.
understand marketing decision.
It,
Don't
yeah,
like it.
It
It-
should be a Benoit Blanc mystery.
It would be like now Goldfinger, a Moonraker mystery. That's not the first Dr. No mystery. Or
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
yeah, like Empire Strikes Back, a Star Wars sci-fi movie.
Oh, I fucking hate it. Oh, that sucks so much shit.
This movie didn't though.
I liked it a lot.
I like this
I
movie a
really
lot.
enjoyed it.
I need to sit with it longer. Steven told me, hey, try to watch this one at least twice. And then I got to 8:00 last night and turned it on for the first time.
I was saying
Which
that
was a
from the standpoint of
mistake.
like maybe watch it and give it a minute to sit with it and then watch it again.
Yes, no, you were. I'm
Um,
sorry. I used a voice that made it sound like I was making fun of you, but you're the one that was in the right in this conversation.
I'm not trying to be defensive either. I'm just trying to contextualize that for the listeners in that, like, I do think this movie is very interesting. And I immediately after finishing, I was like, okay, I really want to rewatch that, but fuck me, do I not have the time for that at the moment?
This one might be my favorite for a real dumb reason. I feel like, and I didn't do this, let's be clear, but I feel like this one might be the most easily figure outable. Especially upon rewatch and realizing the crazy amount of it that you all see that's just right there. And you're
In
like,
a
I mean, they
rewatch,
say
fucking
it.
dog,
They just
God
say
damn
it
it.
constantly of just like, oh, Oh, okay, yeah. That they're just constantly pointing it out. That like at every turn. Okay, motive and opportunity. Motive and opportunity. Okay, this person did it. Got it.
We'll get there. I think it annoys me. I mean, I'm back and forth on this because I'm not actually someone that really tries to solve the mystery while watching.
I don't,
mysteries
because I
that much.
realized I suck.
Yeah, that's part of it. And also, I just like I'll have that, like, that dude's fucking shifty. But I don't, like, try to be like, I think this is how it was done. I don't know if you could have solved this one. Once you know, I'm sure you can watch it and see all of it, and it makes perfect sense. I don't know if this one could have been, like, solved before.
I don't think either. I will agree with you on that front. I don't think it is really easy to see, and I personally am not the type to try and figure out who did it in the moment of my first watch through. I very much love knowing who did it and then seeing very Columbo-esque, like, okay, so like
More thing.
I know the whole thing now, so like let's see where their fucking fucked ups have happened.
I do want to rewatch it and, like, see what you're saying, because you're right. There is a bunch of, like, man, we just saw, like, every fucking second of this murder.
I think on the rewatch, the part that really clicked to me, like, oh God, okay, if I just would have caught that puts a lot more together, even though I'm also not the type of person to do this. Fucking Nikolai very clearly says lamps multiple times.
He does. You're right.
Which one's Nikolai?
He's the bar owner of the what, El Diablo?
Diavolo.
Diavolo?
I don't even like the devil
Il
that
Diavolo.
Which, like,
that, and there's a huge difference in what it looks like when it's the squib blood and when it's the real blood, and like where it's coming from, especially upon rewatch.
I do need to rewatch. I also was playing Marvel Snap because I'm me, and that was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
It's
That
still
happens.
fun to watch Marvel Snap or play Marvel Snap. But okay. I think this might be my least favorite of the three, and I've got kind of two very specific reasons on that. But also, I will admit, it's one of the ones that does some things the best.
I'm kind of similarly in that same camp of like, I really love this a lot. It might be my least favorite.
It's one of those things that we talk about on this show. Sometimes it's just, there's got to be a worst.
Yeah. And when there's three of them, one's going to be the best, one's going to be the worst, and
also,
one's going to be in the middle,
if
right?
This is, like, you know, I was talking to
and
someone
not to
else.
say it's bad in any way. I really actually enjoy it a lot.
Had other people tell me it's their favorite ones. I super understand why. I kind of was thinking about this, and I think part of the reason why it might not hit so strong for me is I have no relationship with Catholicism, with Christianity. Like, I was raised agnostic. I never went to church. So, like, when someone was...
Well, let me bring some knowledge down on you guys. This is the one that I have a page of notes for.
Hell yeah. Because I was not really raised religiously. My father was a member of the Mormon church and had my mom join it. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of things click. Sorry, keep going.
And when she wanted to get a divorce from him because of his physically and emotionally abusive relationship, and she told this to the I forget the name of what they call them, but it's different than a priest, but it's basically a priest in the Mormon church.
The not priest.
But he like the
equivalent,
elder of the church.
That's
or
what it
whatever
is.
it is.
Yeah.
They instead of trying to help in any way, shape, or form, sided with him.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And claimed she wasn't doing enough to really strengthen the marriage, and it was her fault. So she bounced out of that pretty quickly. Only my brother was baptized in my oldest brother was the only one that was baptized as a Mormon. We went to like church a bunch and we went to Sunday school a bunch, but I don't fucking remember any real context of any of it at all. Like, I don't remember details. Most of what I know is like cultural zeitgeist, just like cultural osmosis of like Jesus and Supernatural. I watched a lot of Supernatural, so I know some stuff about biblical concepts.
I think
it's not accurate, but I know some stuff.
I think I've told this story before when I
Played
wanted
a lot
to
of Binding of Isaac, has a lot of biblical references. I don't know any of them.
when I asked my dad if I could go to church with one of my friends, he went, "Why?" And it made me be like, maybe I don't want to do this. But like, okay, because I was thinking about this because like a friend of mine bonded real hard with that, and I was kind of wondering like, oh, is this because you have connections? Like, do you have a church background? I asked my friend who's a pastor about this. He's not Catholic, but he's very, very religious. I mean, he's a pastor.
Let me point out something really quick because it's what actually a lot of my notes are about. This movie is very much Catholic in name only. This, his church is ran almost exactly the way you would run a non-denominational evangelical Protestant church,
which tracks with everything going on.
Interesting.
But like said that like this movie, a lot of religious people really like it. Not because of the Thanos character. We'll get into
Josh
actors in a
Brolin.
moment, but like the
Monsignor Wick,
not Monsignor Wick, but the other
the Judd, Father Judd.
Father Judd, the young priest.
The reason why a lot of them like it is Father Judd is a very like good representation. But it's like, you know, thinking about the way that these ones connect to him, and I think maybe the reason I like Glass Onion the best is I don't have that connection to the church. So as interesting as all that shit was, and it is very interesting, it didn't grab me. And I've never had a rich old family take advantage of me, so the first one doesn't connect to me much. But man, when it comes to coronavirus sucks and fuck Elon Musk, that is my lane.
Like I get it.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
So like that's the
also
one that I was like, I feel
funnest
this
of
one.
all of them, I think.
Also, fucking Dave Bautista. Looking back, because we got talking about
all of them are assholes. I will say every fucking movie has like. They are all
a ton of assholes.
They all New Englander, like East Coast rich elite assholes. That is the through line of all of them. That one has the funnest assholes that I actually kind of enjoyed watching more so than any of the other ones. The other ones, all the other assholes make me aggravated.
This one I think has the least of like a lot of the side characters. We just didn't get as much time with them, but we got so much more with Father Judd. So like it is a trade-off, but I'm sorry, I'm bouncing a lot here, but I realized I think I like Dave Bautista best when we were talking about each movie has a lot of push on like the danger of right-wing influencers. Knives Out's got the little Nazi kid. Dave Bautista's like the Manosphere weird bullshit. And then this one's got like in 3 different ways, but very specifically the
Psy.
Yeah, the failed Republican turned
YouTube influencer.
Yeah, and then the author that accidentally gets himself. God, that's the funniest fucking thing.
That was the thing I keep forgetting to look up, and I'm only remembering it right now. Is this the same guy who wrote the book that they referenced in the first movie? That like his whole shtick is built around, but he's never actually read the book.
I don't believe so.
Okay, I'm gonna
No. It's
okay.
Not. No.
Okay,
Because that's I believe that's an actual book.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not positive, but I think it is.
I'd have to.
This is definitely not.
I do like some of the fucking awful sci-fi names they came up with for. Okay, but sorry, you have a bunch of notes. Do you want to? Where do we want to?
I mean, I don't know. We don't. My notes are mostly, like I said, a lot of my notes were like, okay, so I, on the other hand, did grow up in the church, confirmed Catholic, plus basically my best friends in high school were the youth band for the praise and worship service at the biggest Protestant church in town.
Oh, cool.
So I would also attend their praise and worship service and was in a Bible group with them and also helped run a Bible study.
It's weird to me in some ways that you had the most all-American upbringing of the 3 of us by like a fucking country mile.
Yeah, actually.
Ran a Bible group, was in fucking football.
Was JV football captain, dating the head cheerleader.
There was only 12 people in the school, but
there was only 3 cheerleaders.
You're a fascinating human, and I very much love having you in my
I mean,
life.
you are wearing a Raiders t-shirt right now, and I've got fucking Tony Storm, and you just have purple. But
So the movie does have a couple throwaway lines that sort of hand waves the fact that this isn't quite right, because Rian Johnson knows that. He based the writing of this very much on him growing up in Protestant churches, but chose to set it in a Catholic church because it looks cooler.
yeah,
They got that. I will say Catholics got the fucking good
they have the look
looks.
down.
And like
They got that
all
architectural
the
design.
tradition and the look and all of that, so much more filmable than your average non-denominational Protestant church, which is, as Rian Johnson described it, like walking into a pottery barn.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, it's not hard to go weird kind of tiny Catholic cult, because this is pretty much a, like,
But they're pushing it even for weird tiny Catholic cult.
yeah, I'm just saying it's a boutique cult more than anything. And a lot of small scale boutique cults, that just usually means like 10 or less people, tend to start with Catholicism, or if you're in Asia, Buddhism. But
Completely unrelated to anything we've talked about so far, but for some reason, you saying the name Rian Johnson did remind me of a fun fact that I learned that I thought was fucking incredible. In the opening scenes when he's being like interviewed by all the other priests, the like gymnasium that they're filming in
Is the Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up gymnasium.
yes. And basically,
Zach just woke up a little bit more.
what? Okay.
and basically
How do you know this fact?
nobody on set knew like nobody knew enough or cared enough to like
Do
No.
something
Very
with it?
distinctive windows.
Oh,
very
okay.
distinctive windows. But Rian Johnson knew this. Also, they're working in Hollywood, so they probably use
yeah,
some
there's like
location
5
scouts,
gyms
so
that
like
you use.
so- it's probably a known factor. But like people recognized it. But Rian Johnson also knew this while they were filming it, and he was just like eagerly showing people like clips of the video to be like, huh, from the Rickroll video type thing.
Yeah, I think the first time he walked on set, he just had his phone playing the song and nobody caught it, like why he was playing it.
He's such a nerd. Oh my god.
He's such a nerd, and I'm happy that he gets to make these movies.
So I mostly have a list of like things that were wrong,
Hit us.
Hit us.
but
We would not
some
know
of them can definitely be explained away by the fact that there are some lines that indicate that Brolin has some friends higher up in the church,
Mm-hmm.
so that he gets a little bit of leeway in what he's doing.
Also, it's this tiny little church in the middle of fucking nowhere. So,
Although I
like-
will argue that I probably came up in a church more remote than his.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you came up in fucking Ronan, Montana.
Superior.
But Superior, Montana. Fucking whatever.
I also wanted to correct him too, because I remember a joke you made about Superior, the name of Superior.
I still don't know how to pronounce your last name, and I've heard it every fucking week for the past like 5 years.
What if the letter D was gay? Gady.
Yes, I know it's Gady, but I read it as Gade once upon a time. So
I
it's there
also
forever.
introduced myself to my wife as Gade because I forgot how to pronounce my last name. So I may have introduced myself to you with Gade, though the correct pronunciation is Gady.
Anyways,
First off, it's really weird that the name of the church is Our Lady of Perpetual Fortitude, and there is not a single anything of Mary in the church.
yeah, you're right.
That is
It's really weird that it's a Catholic church and there's no anything of Mary in the church.
It's also kind of weird that it's guys at the church and there's like no anything in that church now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, I mean, part of that comes from. You're not wrong on this. Don't. Anytime I'm
Mhm.
going to try to like not correct, but like argue for. Part of that is the deep fucking misogyny of Monsieur.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
oh
And
yeah.
That's why I'm saying like a lot of this stuff you can actually put onto the character. It's just that when it's all put together, it's doubtful he would actually be able to get away with
Sure.
this.
Because his whole thing about what does he call her? The something.
The harlot whore.
The harlot whore. God, that's why I keep forgetting it. Because I'm like, it's harlot
It's
or whore,
dumb.
but I don't remember. Like,
Especially because it's obvious that, like, he is at least somewhat connected to the diocese since Judd is assigned there.
Assigned there and mentioned that this guy has supporters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the situation with Wix's grandfather is extremely rare, but technically doable. You can be a widower / have had a kid. You can even be married as a priest as long as it happened beforehand, and you still have to take the vow of celibacy going in.
Mm-hmm.
It's very... It's arguable, though, whether he would have been allowed to actually have his daughter and her son live with him, especially because she had a reputation. There's a good chance that the bishop would have actually told him, like, in order to be ascended to priesthood, like, they've kind of got to be out on their own. You're allowed to still have a relationship with them. You can't have them here at the fucking church.
I mean, if he was already a priest,
I
maybe
kind
it
of
was-
wrote that off as him just fucking spending some money.
Yeah, this dude's rich as fuck. We do have to remember.
I will
that-
also say this motherfucker is the dumbest man alive. Monsignor Wick's grandfather is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
He is the dumbest. Okay,
Several
so I
people-
need to get rid of all of this money I have because it's so evil. Let me just go give it to this gem dealer.
Spoilers from everything on here. Also,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, but that's just so fucking dumb. That money still exists and is now back in the fucking hands of fucking gem dealers, so that's not great.
also, like, you used all of it instead of just like giving $80 million to the church or whatever, buying one diamond and then killing yourself with it. And also, no one asked how that guy died. Because he died by eating a fucking diamond.
Right.
Uh,
And no one was like, cause of death, big ass rock.
He's an old guy. He just took communion and he choked on that wine.
Wow.
That wafer did
That
not
wafer
go
turned into a
down.
big ass rock.
There is dialogue that suggests that Prentice chose Jefferson Wicks as his successor in that particular church. That's just not how it works. Like, Jefferson would have had to go do, like, his holy orders. He would have been assigned somewhere by the diocese. Most likely, they wouldn't have let him be there, especially because of all the other stuff beforehand. That
Also-
is the way it works in Protestant churches, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to this one a pass for storytelling purposes, but you are correct.
Also, there's I just thought about the fact that that kid is like a fucking kid when his
Yeah, that's
grandfather
true.
dies.
He's like 5.
So what turned him into such a fucking asshole? Do we ever get that reveal? Because he is a giant asshole as a priest. Enough that immediately once he gets the opportunity to get out of the priesthood, he's like, oh, fuck you guys, I'm out.
Small town. Also, like, that church was toxic as fuck even before, including. Sorry, what's the name of the old lady?
Martha.
Fuck Martha.
Martha Delacroix.
I got no fucking time for her.
Glenn Close does a great performance.
Of course she does.
I love her delivery of the line explaining the harlot whore of she was a harlot and a whore. And then Father Judd's like, oh,
Okay.
There are some of the fucking line drops in. I did it with hate in my heart, and then just thump, 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 thump as like the body falls down the
Yeah.
stairs. Cece fucking almost fell off the couch laughing. Like,
he didn't say holy. He didn't say heck.
Yeah.
He
also didn't say holy.
So what the fuck did he say?
okay, sorry.
Let's see. Yeah, no, the church has a lot of things to be blamed for over the years, but certain things they particularly try to move away from, and that's why the structure of the church is the way it is, which is why I say that like the nepotism thing wouldn't fly unless this was like 14th century Italy. The structure of the church is explicitly to move away from structures like that.
Yeah, like the only power in the church is the church. Fuck your family line. If you're not committed to God, you're not here for the right reasons, friends.
And we can thank Martin Luther for that not being a thing anymore.
Also at like Jefferson Wicks is saying shit about like, oh yeah, and I'm done, I'm going to close this church. Not the way it works with the Catholic Church. The way it works with the Protestant Church. If he was an independent pastor, he could shut that church down. That's the churches. They already assigned Judd there. He would have to resign, and Judd would just take over his responsibilities. They are not going to cede the influence that they have by having this as part of their diocese.
Although they did talk about the fact that like it's been such steadily losing influence and membership.
So why would they give that up?
I guess maybe the argument I'm trying here, man. We've already lost. It's gone. Especially if he blew up the town in the way that he was threatening to do. Metaphorically blow up the town, but
this one is easily hand-waved away by the type of person that Jefferson Wicks is shown to be throughout the movie. But generally speaking, he would have ended up feeling the wolf's head attached to his back because he would have been sitting for half of the ceremony because he has Judd there. There are certain sections of the Mass that aren't done by the main priest if there are other lay clergy present.
But it definitely sets up that he's going to like do the whole fucking thing and not hand off anything other than like bitch work to Judd.
Mm-hmm.
I did have that thought of like, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I had that thought with just from the standpoint of like, I've like had to wear like robe type things before and had like a thing caught on it, and I can't fucking not notice that.
Shit-faced. That's the way I'm going to write it off. He was shit-faced.
Oh yeah, he's drunk. Thanks.
I fucking hated the entire wolf's head thing.
Do you know what's really funny? Now that you know it's there, you can see it in the trailer.
Amazing. I want to watch it and like try and see it and shit, but like it is a failure of the mystery genre when you're like, we have to have this incredibly like complicated little piece of equipment for this murder to work. Like, for this murder to work, we have to have a painted wolf's head thing that is near identical to the one in the bar that we knew that the other priest went to the other day. And then we're going to set off a little electrical remote control thing to let off a like fucking blood squib. And all of this has to work fucking perfectly.
Yeah, that is a challenge in that they set like how it's like it's the week of Easter, right?
It's Holy Week. Yeah,
it's Holy Week. How long is it that basically Martha sets in to play her plan? Really? Do we know?
Oh, she makes her confession on Palm Sunday, so she has between. But she doesn't decide to kill him until his meeting with Judd's prayer, or with the prayer group that Judd tried to put together, where he calls them out.
Which is just the flock. It's all that's left of that.
It's
fucking
just
church.
his hardcore.
Which I can't remember if that happened on Palm Sunday or Spy Wednesday. But this basically like the main action bit takes place between Palm Sunday and Good Friday. So Sunday to Friday span.
So 5 days.
So at best 5 days. At worst, fucking 3 days to get that all together.
Well, she decided to kill him. He died on Palm Sunday, and they figured out the crime on Friday?
He died on Good Friday.
He died on Good Friday and came back from the grave on...
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so really...
No, Palm Sunday's before.
I have my timeline synced out on that. Okay, yeah.
So she had 5 days to be like, gonna kill this bitch. That actually explains some of the stupid ball decisions that she makes at a couple of points.
But like I do.
Oh, she has 5 days because it's Palm Sunday that he goes to the prayer group meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
That
So she has 5 days.
Judd blowing up at him and him blowing up at them happens on the same day.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. I that sounds right. But still, 5 days to convince is it Nat? Jeremy Renner's character?
Yeah, Nat. Dr. Nat.
To basically
Murder.
get Sam to be like, okay, you're gonna do some shit for us, but we're not gonna explain why. And set up all of this in 5 days. That is a big fucking ass to
Also,
figure
we're
out.
gonna ignore that this dude just has a fucking acid bath in his basement?
Oh shit, do you think he killed his wife?
No, because
No.
she was gonna get her back with the $80 million.
Yeah, no. He's crazy.
That's true.
He killed his wife and he wants to get his wife
No,
back.
because as soon as I think it was there because as soon as he was brought in on the plan, he was planning on killing Martha and Samson.
Sure, but just the fact that
And
they
so
were
that's
like,
how he was going to.
just
That's
the
not part of her plan.
just the single fact that there was a fucking acid bath in there and everyone's like, cool. Like, but okay, this does require her to
Well,
have this
I
stupid.
thought he had that because he was supposed to use that to get rid of Monsignor Wick's body.
That's true. He was supposed to do that.
Like
That's true.
Like that's why
Because
she
he
knew
was going to
about
get
it.
rid of her by the poisoning and she switched the coffee cups. Which
Right,
I,
but he still would have had to dispose of the body.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I also, the coffee cups thing was kind of
It is
required.
weird that he has that in his basement. We'll just leave it
Yeah.
at that.
And the fact that she was like, this man's going to poison me. Which is actually maybe the only smart thing she does, because she's like, oh my God, I can't believe this alcoholic, unreliable doctor man is going to betray me to get this $80 million diamond.
So dumb.
On
There was a couple other things,
sorry.
technically not wrong, but just like stood out because it's very, very, very outside the norm.
Mm-hmm.
They do show the calendar for the Holy Week a few times.
Yeah.
Maundy Thursday, calling it that is a very Anglican thing. Generally, it's technically not wrong. There are a few Catholics, and the only Catholic I have ever personally heard use the term was from New England and was older, so I will give the movie a pass. But I've only ever heard one in my life refer to the Thursday and Holy Week as Maundy Thursday. Most of the time it's referred to as Holy Thursday. Same with Spy Wednesday. I had to look that up.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
I
a
don't-
very Anglican thing. Those are very Anglican
Is
things.
it normally Ash Wednesday?
No, Ash Wednesday is different.
Okay, that's a different day.
Mhm.
That's the first day of Lent?
Yes.
I apparently just do not understand Holy Week.
There's a couple other really weird things. At one point, Martha mentions that something happened after the Chrism Mass, which makes it sound like they held the Chrism Mass at their church, but she's probably just using it to indicate literally when something happened, because they did not hold the Chrism Mass at their church, because their church is not the seat of the diocese and the bishop is not there. That is the mass where you bless the oil that you will use in ceremonies for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe he did it just because Monsignor Wick decided to, because he's the kind of fuckboy who would.
The Monsignor thing is very much an early glimpse into what his personality is, because Monsignor is a little bit more of an honorific that's awarded on top of priesthood. And so him requiring people to call him Monsignor shows just kind of what of an asshole he is. And most Monsignors would not be offended the way he was when Judd first just referred to him as Father Wicks, because that's also correct.
So yeah, it's just him.
It's
being
like
a
when
dickhead.
like someone who has a doctorate but isn't a medical doctorate is all like, it's actually doctor. And I'm like, actually, no, your name is Richard. And I'll just call you that instead now.
And the only other thing, I don't think they actually call it that they had a Good Friday Mass. I do think that they were correct in only calling it a service in the movie. they're not specific enough, and they kind of purport it to just be one of their normal masses. But within the church calendar, Good Friday is one of the only like 3 days in the entire church calendar where you technically don't have mass. You don't perform those functions. There's an alternate set of rituals that you do on those days because of observing the fact that Jesus is symbolically dead during this time.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
So do we want to, let's jump through the cast real fast, because the like insane cast is always, unless you have more.
I have a couple other biblical things I want to bring up, but it makes a little bit more sense as we get into the story and talk about what actually happened.
Okay, cool.
The cast is always so huge. I will say one of the things I didn't like about this movie as much is the cast of dickheads doesn't get as much like time. We don't get to like spend as much time with each individual one, although it is balanced out by his time with Father Judd, and him and Father Judd are so fucking good together.
I really like them together.
Josh O'Connor as Father Judd kind of carries this fucking movie.
He really does.
It's wild.
I meant to look him
steal
up.
the show in a fucking Benoit Blanc movie.
I don't recognize him from anything. Does he have anything pretty big?
Let me take a look at his filmography real quick, and
I will say, while you're looking that up, credit to him, there were a couple of times where I was like, he might have killed him. That would actually be like a decent Benoit Blanc swerve that they hadn't done in the previous movies. It is a mystery trope of like, it actually was you, wasn't it? And you hired me to whatever.
He was Peter in Cold War on Doctor Who.
The one that wanted to blow up the world?
I think so.
It's the ice warrior in the submarine episode.
That's great.
And he's the one that's like, yeah, man, we should set off these nukes.
I think that's him.
That's fucking great.
Not a lot of stuff that jumps out at me is stuff that I really know as I'm looking at his filmography.
I was just curious. I didn't recognize him in all honesty. So like, not to say anything bad about his work or anything, but like, I just didn't recognize him, which for a kind of star-studded cast, I was pretty excited to see that.
As much as I tend to lean towards Benoit Blanc, I would like in his worldview when it comes to like religion, I was fucking fascinated the entire time about this guy's approach of like, I just want to be a good priest, like, and trying so hard.
Glenn Close as Martha Delacroix.
Definitely made me think of the woman from Werewolf by Night, the like stepmother that keeps trying to kill Elsa Bloodstone.
Oh, that's really funny. Yep. Absolutely.
Except for Jesus instead of fucking
That's really funny. Yep.
Dude, she's so good in this role though. It's terrifying the way that she'll just, I mean, now we know she's overacting, but like that's fucking skill to play to act someone overacting in a way that I was like, oh, this woman's just fucking crazy. And I didn't realize till later how much she's like, miracle. This is a miracle.
Pay attention. This is a miracle happening. I need it to be a miracle.
Hint, hint.
Josh Brolin is Jefferson Wicks. Thanos does a fucking great job in this.
Fucking, yeah, dude.
I think he kind of has just been on a streak on everything he's been in his career being good.
He's kind of been crushing it. Good for you, Josh Brolin.
The fact that this is Thanos and Cable.
Yeah.
is. And one of the kids from the Goonies, isn't it?
Was he in the Goonies, Josh Brolin?
Yeah, he's in the Goonies.
Yeah, he's the oldest brother. That's right. Okay.
Fucking No Country. God.
Damn, Josh Brolin. Good job, you, buddy.
I think the worst thing
Cable.
he's possibly done is the remake of Old Boy.
Shit, dude, he's fucking great in actually no, you're right, that is a pretty bad movie. But he is really fucking good in The Running Man.
Oh, you know what else he's really good in? And more fucking Men in Black 3 as young Tommy Lee Jones.
Fucking art.
That's Josh.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
I just remembered his role in Weapons. I'm looking at his shit.
Yeah,
his
no,
recent
we're all
shit right
looking
now.
at this.
He's in Dune and Dune Part 2.
Yeah, he's Gurney Halleck. Which, admittedly, I spent the whole time being like, "You're not Patrick Stewart,"
You're
but
not
he still did. That's not his fault.
Why aren't you holding a pug right now?
Fucking Hail Caesar, he crushed it in. Hail Caesar was a good role for him.
Ooh, Brolin crushes. I think just sort of across the board. He's not what's wrong with Old Boy.
No, I think that movie is just kind of a hard movie to try and translate into for English audiences, and they shouldn't have remade it. They just shouldn't have remade it.
Yep.
If they did it good already.
Mila Kunis, who I think we saw most of her screen time in the trailer.
Yep, she is
She's in
criminally underused in this movie, in all honesty. But also, if they had to kind of cut anybody from a movie, I'm glad they cut the cop.
Maybe the weakest part of this movie in some ways, but not Mila Kunis's fault. Not even like the script's fault. Just not.
She has nothing to do. She is simply because they needed a cop for a couple of scenes.
Yes, but there's nothing wrong with that. They needed a small town sheriff to be like, "Yo, this is way out of my league," but also have to be like, "No, I'm still a cop, man." Because like,
I need to get my job done.
it is a thing in a
There
lot of
is a dead body.
yeah. And I actually,
And I'm pretty sure they were murdered. We have like video of the murder. Like, we don't know how, but like,
also credit to it. I actually really loved the scene where she's like, "You need to understand we're not a bunch of old friends off to solve a Scooby-Doo mystery. You're a suspect, and you probably shouldn't be talking to us without a lawyer." Like, she's trying to be a good small town cop, and like the only person who's not living out a fucking Sherlock Holmes thing.
Jeremy Renner as Dr. Nat Sharp.
Jeremy Renner sort of just plays Jeremy Renner a lot.
Yeah, like, it's not like he does a bad job in this movie. He does a fine job. Just like nothing about him stood out.
yeah, he didn't bring much to the table, but he read his lines, and they were read within the reasonable tone of which you would
Even
expect.
that makes it sound like he was phoning in. He wasn't. He was just, his character just kind of low key and sad.
I just also don't like Jeremy Renner that much anymore after I read about him threatening his ex-girlfriend with ice.
Oh, okay, so then I'm firmly in the camp of fuck Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, I really did like the Hawkeye TV show.
I really enjoyed that,
Yeah.
but also my favorite part of that was not Jeremy Renner.
Katie Steinfeld?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kate Bishop fucking rules.
Yeah.
And
Kerry
Pizza Dog's
Washington.
my second favorite.
Yeah. Kerry Washington as Vera Draven.
Which one is...
Sai's adoptive mother. The lawyer.
Yeah.
Which
She
fucking,
didn't get shit to do in this
no,
movie.
she got the second worst, roughest deal of this entire fucking movie's character-wise of like, oh, your life sucks, and I'm really sorry for you.
She does get to deliver her lines with more emotion than the rest of the cast. though,
Yes. She does get...
because of the position she's put in.
And I do think that gave her a lot more to do with how little she has. I think she's actually one of the more interesting of the flock in general, character-wise. And I would love to see more from that character, but obviously you're not going to get time to do that.
I do... I'm sorry, I keep kind of trashing this movie, even though I'm like, this movie's so fucking good. It happens sometimes when we talk about really good movies.
The thing
or
about
things.
The way I like to think of it is every once in a while a movie's good enough that it causes you to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
And no story is perfect.
They're like, this is
It's good enough that we actually kind of want to poke some fucking holes into it.
this is her adopted son, but also it's her adopted brother who she was just basically assigned to raise, and she did.
Which, like, so fucked up.
But also, okay,
No, it's not. It's actually worse than that.
but like, here's the thing.
Wait, I do want to point out there's a lot of biblical allusions in this movie. And so she's Mary.
Yeah. Except with a really shitty son.
Because it's everything has like it's like a shitty dark twist of what we know of like the different Bible stories, right? And so fucking Wicks has basically set himself up to be the god of this church.
Mm-hmm.
And so his son is
that he's not supposed
Jesus.
Yeah. And she did not give birth to the son, but is his mother. But like, okay, I've known people who were basically raised by a
That's
sibling.
really fucking good.
Or in some cases, straight up raised by a sibling. Even if they are functionally their mother, they're not like, this is my adopted son brother. Like, and also just the way he, I don't know. There was a few points where I was like, I don't believe that you would put up with this guy.
Yeah, no. My problem is that it's also like at points it's like, oh, you're just kind of bad at setting discipline with your son. You should have disciplined your son more. I don't mean you should hit your kid, but like your kid should not be talking
Your
to you
kid
like
sucks.
that.
But your brother
You should have done better.
Your brother's son is awful.
Your son walked into this room and just straight up demanded that you filled something without saying please. And not only did you just do it,
also, he's like, I tried everything. They're like, it's so hard to connect. Yeah, I tried the trans thing and the immigrants thing. And
that fucking list, how long it went, was so fucking funny. I died at that part because of just how on the fucking nose.
Oh my God. That's where I really went, man, Rian Johnson really fucking hates right-wing influencers.
Andrew Scott as Lee Ross.
That's who we're just talking about here.
No, he's the author.
Oh, Moriarty here. Okay.
Yeah, Moriarty.
Sorry.
That's all I could think of when he was on
there
screen.
Are some
I'm like,
people that I'm just like, you are the first role I ever saw you in.
You are Moriarty.
He is a little bit L. Ron Hubbard almost. I mean, he's a lot of different sci-fi authors who go off the fucking deep end. But
I love the bit of even Wicks thinking it was weird when he found out about the moat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mostly.
Did you know he made himself a moat? Really?
It's mostly metaphorical, but like he did.
Fortress.
But like, as someone who, I mean, basically last podcast, but like, who has learned a lot about cults and about conspiracy theories and like the people behind conspiracy theories, there's like 12 different people this could be. But he's very fucking L. Ron Hubbard meets David Icke in some ways.
Kaylee Spaney as Simone Vivian.
The cellist.
Yep.
I almost felt like, and I don't know how you would do this because they're both two kind of different characters. They should have combined her with the sister mother.
Okay.
Because they both kind of filled the same role of like the woman fucked over by the church here.
Yeah.
And like they both have in very different ways. So I'm not necessarily like saying how, but like it almost felt like those two characters were competing for space. And if they could have found a way to make it one character, we would have had a like much more rounded character that had time to breathe, which most of these side characters did not get in this movie.
Yeah, like you could have made it that like she was doing financial donations. Kerry Washington.
So you
could, but also I think I like having two separate
I
characters.
think they kept them separate for the sake of being clever with the biblical allusions that they were making.
Okay, so what's the biblical allusion on? Because man, I don't know this.
So
stuff.
Simone as a name,
Yeah.
right? When you spell it, it's Simon with an E at the end, correct?
Okay.
Do you know what simony is? That's a word. It's a crime.
I know it, but I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Simony is is the crime of buying or attempting to buy ecclesiastical privileges and blessings. Jesus
Christ. And she's trying to
buy your way into heaven.
She's trying to buy a miracle. It comes from a story in the Bible from Acts of the Apostles, where a man by the name of Simon Magus, or Simon the Magician,
which I know from The Saint.
Tried that's really funny. Tried to buy from the apostles an early version of priesthood. He basically offered them money for them to anoint him in a way where he was capable of doing the laying on of hands within the church. And they were like, if you think this is something you can buy, you are much more fallen from grace than you think, sir. You need to get right with the Lord.
So it's like when fucking Vlad Tepes was like, hey, do you think I'm going to get into heaven? And the priest was like, no! And so he killed the priest. But fun little fact of history that you made me think of. Okay, so you are correct. Combining those two characters would be difficult. I just kept thinking today about how, like, I don't think any of the side characters, the shit stains, got enough time, and was trying to figure out how to fix that a little bit.
Which is so fucking weird, because this movie is honestly a little long. I didn't feel its length when I first watched it, but it's over 2 hours.
It's over 2.5 hours. That's like 2:40, isn't it?
Holy shit. I'm looking this up right now, because now I'm curious to know.
That would make sense that I started
all
around 8 p.m.
I might be wrong, but like, it's a long-ass movie.
I didn't realize...
2:24.
Okay.
You were closer than me. I thought it was like 2:04.
Know how long it was until it was done, and I was like, why am I so tired? It's really because Father Judd steals every scene that he's in.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't take any of that away either.
Daryl McCormack is Cy Draven. It's the kid. It's the shitty one.
Yeah, shitty kid.
Yeah.
And then just comparison-wise, Glass Onion, 2 hours 10. No, Knives Out, 2 hours 10. Glass Onion was 2:19. So,
okay.
And then 2:24 for this. So slightly longer, all three, as it went. None of them ever felt long while I was watching them, but this one definitely is a fucking long movie.
Oh yeah, Daryl McCormack is Cy Draven.
He's the worst. We all know it, but like they don't even try to hide that he's the worst at literally any point.
Thomas Hayden Church is Samson Holt.
This poor fucking
Oh,
guy.
he's Samson. I like on my third watch through of it when fucking Judge was like explaining why he does things in it with like he's the only good person here. It's like, oh yeah, no, he's the only good person here. I want to just chill in his garage and watch baseball with him and enjoy a Pepsi.
I just don't understand why he's so in love with that woman. She's awful.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And he's like, I'll do anything for you, my angel. And I'm like, why, dude? Also, when someone's like, you're going to stay in this coffin and then get out and put your hand in this old corpse, ask questions.
Whatever you need, my love. He's dumb, but he's the best of them.
Jeffrey Wright as Langstrom, who is the bishop that assigned Judd to the church. In the beginning.
Can we just get a movie about him? I loved him.
Yeah.
Just this.
Judd or Langstrom, or both.
Both, but
yeah, because I want to see more Jeffrey Wright whenever I can.
But Langstrom
Same.
just being like, fuck you, dude. Like, just, what a little shit. Like this, I am doing good things for the church, but let's be real. That dude sucks ass. Like, and he says it about fucking everyone he talks about other than Judd.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Annie Hamilton is Grace Wicks in the flashbacks.
Okay. The harlot whore.
I wanted to look at her up because I felt like I recognized her. By the way, Kaylee Spaney, we would recognize from Alien Romulus.
Right.
She plays Rain.
Fuck, Romulus was fun.
That was really great.
While you're looking up Annie Hamilton, James Faulkner was Prentice Wicks.
Oh, she was in The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. Bridget Everett is Louise. The big one that makes...
Oh, dude, that's such a small scene, but holy shit, did that scene hit me? And I was like, okay. Yeah, I know it's going to because stuff with moms always hits me emotionally like a fucking
The
freight
moment
train.
I heard that line, I was like, oh, Steven.
But
But
like,
also, like, that was just a heavy moment.
it was just a heavy moment, and I was just like, oh yeah, no, Jed's doing the thing that like, oh, I get why people like priests sometimes. And like, oh, I
When
get.
they don't suck, this is why.
Oh, this is what a priest is supposed to do.
Oh man, that like, and just it was a great little. I fucking love tiny bits of acting where you're like, this is 3 seconds long, but you can see them just fucking knock it out of the park. And it's just that moment where he goes from like, no, I need you to hurry the fuck up. We need to know where this is. I'm being, fuck.
Yeah. All right, I'll do my job.
I have to do this.
Oh, and like he just like locks in. He's like, oh shit, no, yeah, I have to do this. Not like, oh, I have to do this, but like, oh no, fuck, we're doing this.
Yeah, just that moment of
It's more like I have to do this right now, but I have to do this.
yeah,
Yeah.
moment of just that fuck. Okay. Like,
I really like Bridget Everett. She's fun. I've seen her in a bunch of stuff.
Noah Sagan. Did we ever figure this out? Because Nikolai is the guy that's appeared in all of them.
He's the only other actor who's appeared in all 3 films, other than Joseph Gordon-Levitt has a voice cameo in all 3 films.
Right. Because he's the baseball announcer in this one.
who? Okay, so who is Nikolai? In this
He's the bartender.
one? Oh yeah, okay. I don't remember the other.
he was the
no,
guy
you
in
said
the-
he's the guy in the. He's just going through some stuff. He's not part of this.
Yeah, he's him.
Yeah. Who was
He's
he? He was a cop in the first
He was
one?
one of the cops in the first
Okay.
one.
He's like the one who fanboys out about the novel series.
Yeah. Not important, just fun that he's in all of these movies.
So you know what? Now that we just established who all the characters were, the majority of my notes that are left mostly have to do with the biblical allusions having to do with their names, like Simone. So I'll point this out.
Do it.
Martha was the sister of Lazarus, the guy that Jesus brought back from the dead,
Okay.
but was also once chided by Jesus for continuing to do the housework instead of sitting down and listening to his lessons like her sister Mary. And Martha in this movie is a fanatic who is so caught up in simply serving the Wicks that she doesn't pay attention to the type of man he actually is and what he's listening.
Or most of the lessons, like she doesn't realize till she's dying that she's like, yo, Grace's story's fucked up.
And like, it takes a lot of convincing. That it was like, oh, maybe I should have some compassion for this woman. That's kind of fucked up that this
Mhm.
happened to her.
I mean, don't beat the shit out of a child, but
Also, but that child was being a little bit of a fucking
she
cunt
was
to
being
that
a bitch.
to that. Yeah, that play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Don't hit kids.
I'm not saying to hit kids, but like sometimes if a kid gets hit, maybe they will learn that you don't actively antagonize a woman who is in a violent rage destroying a room.
I'll never tell you where this is, bitch.
Wham!
Dude, so many people just get fucking decked in this movie.
Yeah.
It is a through line.
They are surprising bits every time.
Samson, the story of Samson, his lover is his downfall
Yeah.
and is famous for tearing down the temple, and
And he knocks.
he knocks open the Lazarus door.
That one I know because of having played through The Binding of Isaac.
Admittedly, the main thing I remember about Samson is the long hair because of Hulk.
Judd, Wicks obviously at one point tries to twist into calling him Judas. However, the name Judd derives from the name Jude. Saint Jude was is the patron saint of lost causes, as well as in his writings urged his followers to be wary and attack basically be wary and against false prophets.
That
Oh,
one's
cool.
maybe the most on the nose one.
That one's great.
And then the only other big thing that I had to make sure to write down was the Jude having to be shown that like Wicks is really dead, and like you have to have this fucking set in, bro. is a weird twist around of the Doubting Thomas story, where when Jesus came back from the dead, the Apostle Thomas wasn't sure that it was him until he actually touched and felt through his wounds.
Ugh,
Oh.
gross.
Interesting.
Which is
Not
also,
the important part of that story, but
which is also why in The Matrix his first name is Thomas Anderson, because he's a doubter at first.
Oh, my God.
I missed so much shit because I was not raised in a biblical household.
It's still good. Like, even though you didn't have this context, it was still enjoyable. I didn't know half this
sure.
shit, and I still enjoyed it.
I will say credit to this movie. They sat and saw the corpse in a scene that was very good of like how fucking awful but understandable how they got there morgue people are. Like, it just, and you have to be fucking callous to deal with dead bodies that much. It's how you survive it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we saw the corpse, they saw the corpse, and I still was like, the father didn't really die. Is it possible? I had so many moments where I was like, Judd might have done this. Or maybe the Monsignor didn't die. I don't know how. That doesn't make sense, but like...
I get... That was the one that, like, I didn't try to figure this out while I was watching it, but the thought that jumped into my mind was that when it was revealed that Judd was an unreliable narrator for the first half of the movie, I thought that was going to go deeper than it did, rather than just the one section where...
Ooh, that's such a fucking good bit. You just reminded me of the whole Judd narrating the first half of the movie times out fucking perfectly. Cause like he talks about like how it's been like approximately like an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
And they like it clocks in exactly that. And I was like, ooh, that's
Wow.
some satisfying fucking continuity editing.
That's cool.
Ooh, you guys fucking hit the spot for Stephen.
My one forgiveness on not realizing that the guy coming out of the place was obviously Samson, because it's so
once you know
fucking
it's
obvious
obviously
Samson. I was so sure they got me that I thought that the man in the coat that he was meeting, I was sure that was Samson. Because I was like, oh, he's helping out the crazy lady and her Monsignor. No. Well, I mean, he was, but like,
right. I just thought that this movie, there was a lot of things I kind of noticed about this movie that was just kind of beautiful. There's a lot of neat things they do with the lighting.
I was literally just thinking about that when you said that, of like, oh yeah, he's going to mention the lighting. Because the fucking, I don't know how they accomplish it, whether or not it's practical or if they're doing it digitally, but like they really used it really well, and they parallel it in a couple of scenes of like having Judd have basically like a moment of revelation at talking about the church and like the lighting,
his Damascus moment.
The lighting filters in, and then also doing that same maneuver for Benoit Blanc, kind of.
Oh God, which
that was the least subtle lighting stuff, but it was maybe the best parts.
Yeah, because the other neat thing was like basically whenever a scene is more faith-based, they use warmer lighting tones and soften up the edges of a lot of stuff.
Oh,
and whenever it's a primarily Benoit like explaining something, the lighting goes a lot colder and things tend to be a lot more lit up and stark.
Interesting.
This is not about the lighting, but it made me think of this here. I kind of love the way that they treat Benoit Blanc's atheism in this movie, because so often when a movie deals with faith, either you tend to have like the atheist that's like, I can't fucking believe you believe this shit. Like kind of whether they treat that guy as in the right or the asshole, like, which, and to be fair, I've met so many of those dickhead atheists. Or being like, obviously Christianity's the right path. They never at any point treat Benoit's distaste of the church as bad or wrong or right. Just like it perfectly makes sense that this super rational, gay man is not going to have a good relationship with the church. Simultaneously, it never disrespects or say his way is the right way for Father Judd, whatever. But what I really love is the way that Benoit's like, this is not for me. I fucking that line of, that's very kind of you. There's absolutely nothing else I would rather not do than go to that. And I'm like, same, bro, same. But he respects how much this guy is a fucking incredible priest and encourages him to be that incredible priest, even though he doesn't share that same faith, ranging from like his Damascus moment. And they're like, from God? No, not from God. God's a fiction. I got it from him. Kind of like, that's not the right line, but, or even just be like, do what you're fucking born to do. Take this woman's confession and help her in her final moments. Just, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's such a good balanced view of the concept of faith from all sides. And a lot of things that try to talk about faith don't always thread that needle.
There's a part of me when especially upon rewatch of this movie, that wonders if Benoit's Damascus moment was partially him realizing he's more agnostic than atheist.
Sure, I went with atheist just because he said God's a fiction, the world is far too rational or something like that. But like
throughout most of the movie, he is 100% speaking atheistically.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, so there's a part, because like he gets on Judd's case for his lying by omission about Wick's alcoholism because of the story needed to kind of help protect the flock, the church, in order to be able to establish a place that he can continue to grow and help them.
Mm-hmm.
But then later on, he gets called out on the fact that he has basically been shielding Judd. Mila Kunis basically calls him out on the fact that he's been shielding Judd, even though he knows that like the murder happened at this time. It's when she's about to arrest him, because she's like, what about the fourth way? You didn't mention the fourth way. This is the fourth way. It means that fucking Judd killed him when he went back into the room.
That was Mila Kunis's best scene.
Yeah. And Blanc basically realizes like he's been shielding him because he also doesn't have the full picture and that there's more at play.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that makes me feel like it's reflected again at the end with the Damascus moment, where he's like, this is all here in front of me. I know all the facts, but if there's more at play, then there's something that these two need to do.
I would almost regard it more as like Benoit's faith in people. Like he has his moment of faith, but it's his faith in, because he always has one person, and it's always the person he's trying to save, that he has outrageous like faith in. I don't want to say affection because that's not the right word, but like
admiration.
Yeah, admiration. The servant, not the servant.
Empathy, I guess, is also kind of
the maid in the first one, that he's like, you won this your way. You did this your way. Or the woman that he's helping in Glass Onion, he's helping like exonerate her sister. But he's mostly doing it on the power of her character. And it seems to be the same thing of like the power of, I like Judd, so I need Judd to be able to do be the most Judd he can be. And the way that he can be the most Judd needs to be is by being a priest and helping this clearly dying woman.
Yeah. And like his Damascus moment, honestly, can also just be as simple as him comparing it to the scales falling from my eyes, as they quote scripture, and him just seeing the full picture in that moment. But it just jumped out at me, sort of the parallels of like the layers of protection that were going on, and how that probably isn't lost on Blanc at one point. Like, he's a smart enough man to realize that, like, those are parallels and things that we were both doing, and maybe we're more alike than we weren't. And because I was doing that before, because I didn't know everything, maybe I don't know everything now.
I think that's
True.
a very good read. I think it's reasonable.
2 thoughts to come from this. 1, Benoit Blanc always breaks so many laws to protect the person he's decided is innocent.
He's not wrong, though. Has he ever decided someone's been innocent and been wrong about it, though?
I get it. But also just like when you
And
stop
not
and think
also-
about some of the choices he makes of being like, yeah, this lady's more involved than she's admitting to, but clearly she's not the one. So I'm going to let her get in a fucking, like, the world's worst car chase.
I'm just going to straight up escort you out of this police station, even though I know they're actively looking for you.
And that brings up to point 2. That's the worst police station on planet Earth. A priest is accused of murder, and a priest comes staggering in through a parking lot that had police out there, all fucked up and covered in mud. Even if they weren't looking for a priest accused of murder in the rain, someone comes stumbling in to a fucking police station like that. At least one person should look up in the time it took Benoit Blanc to see him, realize it was him, walk across the entire front hall, and turn him around and push out. Also, if you see someone and you're like, people are coming in the police station, oh, that man just turned him around and pushed him out really fucking fast. Yeah. Like,
No biggie, not my problem.
Oh, yeah. Despite the way the movie frames it, I wonder how many people notice this. The French on that little figurine has nothing to do with Eve and her apple.
what does it actually say in...
It's like roughly like the awakening call, which wake up dead man.
Yeah. And also, he was hoping this was going to be her...
Yeah.
I will say, as much as she was like, oh my God, the $80,000, blah, 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 whatever. Worst case scenario, just take that fucking $20,000 Fabergé box.
Yeah.
Like, just...
Literally Fabergé. That's what the Cyrillic on the bottom of it reads.
That was like the fucking...
No fucking way. That's fucking... I like these movies. They're really layered in a way that I enjoy rewatching them.
That was like the 60s. A $20,000 in the 60s box is like gonna do you okay for a while.
Literally Fabergé.
Jesus Christ. Also, that I realized that no diamond is ever gonna look worth $80 million to me. I'm like, well, that's glass. Like, fuck, maybe the best line, like if the best visual gag is I did this with hate in my heart and then fucking thunk, thunk, thunk down the stairs, the single best line in this movie is when the diamond falls out and just shit.
Yeah.
And Benoit Blanc's just hands in the air like, nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna go. And
my job's done.
I don't give a
I have no legal obligation to report this. I am just a guy.
I clearly have some level of independent wealth, and I don't need $80 million. I need the power of mystery and to never have to play Among Us again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Pretty
just
much.
like, I owe so-and-so for giving you your number. No, I owe you for bringing me this. Like, he's just so fucking horny for any kind of mystery. Like,
I gotta solve a crime.
as I've mentioned it, I've been kind of slow rereading through the early Sherlock Holmes books. Straight up, Sherlock Holmes is a coke addict and heroin addict in some points, because he's like, there haven't been any interesting crimes in a couple of days, so I'm just going to do a shit ton of coke until something interesting happens.
I need to make life interesting.
Violins and cocaine until fucking murders happen. Thank God I'm in Victorian London.
Get over here, Watson. I'm going to do this line off your ass.
I constantly see everything in bullet time. I need to do coke to speed some shit up.
Oh my God. I do want to see more of, like, I know it was just a fun cameo kind of thing, but of Benoit Blanc's Hugh Laurie boyfriend character that appears in like one scene in Glass Onion. Not Hugh Laurie, Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, apparently Rian Johnson does get asked about that a lot, and he's not really interested in exploring it just because like that's not the point of the character.
No, we're never going to learn much about Benoit Blanc's
personal
life, and we don't need to. We shouldn't. But I still
only want to ever
more.
learn it in the context of like little things like that, of just like
5-second blurbs.
Yeah, like you showed up at his house, and for some reason, it turns out that we've learned that Hugh Grant is into puppy play or whatever. Sure, do it that way, but just
it is. I know we've already talked about this movie, but it is so on brand that he's doing fucking COVID pandemic baking.
Oh my god! Oh fuck! Okay, I just remembered why I circled this. One of the better jokes in the movie is Judd finally getting upset and calling Wicks out on the masturbation confessions on Palm Sunday.
Oh my god. I do love the realization of like, how are you responding to all of these? I keep telling you about masturbating in awful ways and then making you shake my hand.
Yeah.
And then being like, I know your dick can't get hard. Like, fuck you, man.
Oh my god. A lot of good shit.
I
love
am
this
going
one.
to probably rewatch all 3 of these movies again soon, and possibly just not in one sitting because I can't watch 3 movies in a sitting anymore.
I mean, we literally just said they're all over 2 hours long. My dude, that's a lot of time.
But I would love to watch all 3 of them if I can figure out the time over the course of a week and really just like knowing the mysteries, knowing the stuff, trying to just get more on the reading of Benoit, because he's not different in every movie, but there is like his approach is kind of, I don't know. There's something different about him in each movie.
And he's a little bit different, but also the movies all have enough of a different tone.
Yeah.
Like this movie is funny. We were just talking about it. This movie is funny as shit, but like in tone, it's much darker than the other 2.
Oh yeah, it's the least fun of the 3 movies.
It's
but
borderline
it's also very
horror.
funny.
Like it's not horror, but there's the whole.
It's like bordering on like supernatural thriller.
Yeah, thriller's a better word for it. While
Yeah.
Glass Onion is much more directly poking at shitty rich people comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one is straight up just, this is a mystery novel come to life. So they've got ideas for a 4th movie, and both of them, Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig, are openly like, we'll keep making these movies until it's not fun anymore. So just keep doing it for the rest of your lives, please.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I want them to do one on a train.
Yes.
Because that's such a classic. A cruise ship would be acceptable as well, but like a train, because of Murder on the Orient. There's others, but Murder on the Orient Express is really the one that did it. I want all of it in a
I wanted to be on a train.
Express mystery.
I wanted to be on a train, but it's something like fucking like a
bullet train in Japan.
No, I was gonna say it's like a fucking 2 mile long roundabout loop that is like a authentic train experience and wine tasting
through wine country. Dude, that would actually explain why Benoit was there. He'd absolutely go do wine tasting on a train.
But it's just like I'm my brain's remembering the Bob's Burgers episode where they go on a train for a wine test, and it's 100% pulling that, but just like low.
I full on want him solving a mystery half pickled.
Yeah. I think it would be easier to do a cruise, which on a boat is
Matt
also
Nicholson
such a classic
in that movie.
One. Yeah.
God, Hugh just would be drinking the vodka.
Yeah, that's
you
said half pickled.
all in one room mystery, like a bottle episode mystery one would be closed box one, and then the one where they've had it in the first one. He was hired by the murderer.
Yeah.
As a kind of false flag, for lack of a better term. But the person that he rescues is actually innocent, and he ends up proving her. I kind of want one where he spends the entire time being like, I'm here to help you. Yes, we will prove that you're innocent. Then turn around being like, bitch, you did it. I don't know how we would get to that mystery, but like, it's just, it is a trope of mystery novels, of mystery stories that we haven't gotten with Benoit Blanc yet. And that's kind of what, anytime I think about future Knives Out, I just start thinking of...
And they all need to be Muppets.
Have you seen the fucking supercut trailer someone made where they mixed Glass Onion with the Muppet Show?
That's fun.
The fucking best line is he's like, it's just dumb, that whole bit. And then Fozzie being like, but actually smart. No, just dumb.
Yes.
Also, if you can take the time to find it, Sesame Street did a Benoit Blanc parody and they showed it to Daniel Craig. And the two sensations he's having through his entire, like, him watching it and talking about it is, one, absolutely being tickled, and two, being so, like, green with envy of this Muppet of himself, because his Muppet got to do this instead of him and his Benoit Blanc.
It's adorable. You should definitely track it out if you haven't seen this video.
Benoit Blanc or something like that.
It's something like that. He's helping Elmo solve a mystery. Someone ate pie, and
Grover,
they think
Grover
it's the
keeps
Cookie
popping
Monster.
up. Yeah.
Fucking Martha just appearing behind people.
Shit. I'm sorry about that.
Jesus, sorry about that.
and sorry for saying Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, and then slapping her hand, and then I'm sorry about that.
He is just a normal guy, this priest. And I love that. Like, even it all started when Father so-and-so said something out of pocket. I'm like, oh, he's going to get punched. And first time they do the fucking
Wham.
Such a classic, like, simple cut to shot, especially the one where he's running into the bushes.
And then fist.
And then switch to fist. And then also when they switch to the bushes the second time from a different angle, we can't let him see him. Okay. Oh,
I like this
so
movie.
good.
It was good.
Little glossed over that they talked about that he straight up murdered a guy early on.
Okay, you say murdered like it's like he grabbed a knife and fucking slashed a person to death.
No, but
He did kill a person in a boxing ring.
Yes, but in his words, I knew he was in trouble and I just kept beating him. At some point, it does become a crime.
Okay, yeah, no, he did murder a person, actually. Sorry, I forgot about that part.
No, on that point, it's on the ref. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the ref should stop it. But also, maybe he's doing underground boxing with no ref?
Even with maybe it was underground boxing and the ref's like, can't call this in. I'm just saying, maybe that dude should have, like, I don't believe in jail really, but maybe that guy should have spent a couple years in jail.
He did. He went to the priesthood.
Thank you.
He has committed his life to change. He doesn't need to go to jail. Fucking get out of here with that bullshit.
Judd's the best one in this movie.
It really is.
Kill the police in your head, dude.
He's actually better than Samson, and Samson's the one good guy there.
Yeah. Samson's just mostly dumb.
Yeah. Horny for Martha.
Was like Glenn
the
Close
worst
at a
factor
certain
about
point. I get it.
Samson. I'm not letting that one go.
Hey, a young Glenn Close.
I'm not talking about a young Glenn Close. I'm talking about Martha.
I don't know when they got married. Maybe they got
They were never married.
Oh,
He's just fucking obsessed with her.
well, he's just a lonely guy out in the middle of nowhere, and that's the only strange he can find.
I
Beggars can't
definitely
be
had a
choosers.
point because, like, I don't think they even fucked. I don't think that's really how Martha worked. But part of my brain was like, she better have fucking sucked his dick through a table or something. Like, he's like,
Oh, Martha fucks like a wildebeest.
Martha also gives such a brutal hand job that man is forever changed.
screaming about penance, but in a way that works. All right, on that awkward moment, next time.
Awkward?
Unless you guys have anything else about.
It's super on the nose, but I want to say it out loud for anyone in the audience who maybe didn't catch it.
Probably me.
Within
me.
Catholicism, within Christianity, the point of Jesus being crucified and offered up as a sacrifice within the strictures of the church is in order to take on our sins and to be the new sacrifice rather than the old rituals that they had to do back in the day, so that people wouldn't have to do that anymore. So, of course, the item that is the item of sin within this movie is, once the crucifix has been restored in the church, placed within his chest.
Yeah. Even I got that one a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that, but you say it out loud. I was like, yeah, that's very fucking obviously. My brain didn't even think about it.
I know we didn't really discuss the plot of this movie in any way, shape, or form, but like it's kind of
we
a
actually
hard
kind of did, just really by talking about the characters
in a
and what
super
they do.
non-linear way.
Yeah.
But like, just if you listen to this show on episodes that you haven't seen the thing we're talking about, kudos, I guess.
That's on you.
But
You're gonna
But,
have
like,
to be the ref on that one. You're gonna have to call the weirdness.
I
of that.
wasn't here to judge them in the way that you guys jumped to, but I was gonna say, just fucking watch this movie, man. And if you've seen it and it's been a minute, fucking watch it. It's so fucking good.
That's good.
Next time we're also gonna go to something that's supposed to be so fucking good, and continuing the kind of mystery theme of it.
Shoresy season 5.
Let me fucking read
Damn it.
Absolute Martian Manhunter.
I just wanted to.
We will do Shoresy next
Fine.
after Martian Manhunter.
Damn it.
I saw where you
We're
were
not going to
going.
be sad either way.
I figured if I announced it on the podcast, we could just do it. But
I'm aware of what you were trying. That's why I was cutting you off.
Fine, we'll do Martian Manhunter Absolute Martian.
No, we've only been really excited about this one for months.
I can watch Shoresy still too.
You've seen it all. Oh no, you've seen it
I've
already.
seen it already.
Okay.
Sorry.
By the time this episode comes out, we will probably have recorded. It's going to go Absolute Martian Manhunter, then Shoresy Season 5. You know what? Fucking just admitting this to the world, because apparently we're having this conversation on air.
Because we need to watch Shoresy.
Yes!
But
I'm
we
not
need to
disagreeing.
read Martian Manhunter. You guys need to read Martian Manhunter. It's a real bad time, but it's real fucking good.
But in the meantime, we're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
Dismissed.
This has been a General Nerdery Presents production. If you enjoyed it, please go hit like and subscribe wherever you're listening to it right now. Also, we'd greatly appreciate it if you checked out our other shows over at gnpresents.com. Thank you.